All right. I'm not going to try to bring the mood up or distract from anything. If you're hearing this, you've heard the news. Boris Johnson is going to resign as the prime minister. He's the leader of the Conservative Party. They're making him stay on until October, while his so-called friends find a replacement for him right in front of him. This is a crazy day. This is a historic day, and probably one of the worst days of my life, if not all of our lives.
Absolutely. Ask not for who Big Bang bongs. It bongs for Boris.
It's for so long on this show we've tried to support political movements that reflect our values and political leaders that we think are worthy of support and admiration, and it gets taken away from us every single time. No matter anyone good, they just take away. It's gone up the apples and pears at number 10 Downing. They're having a laugh. All we can do is simply raise a pint to our Boris.
To Boris. We're all drinking a pint right now. I'm already in the hospital. I'm experiencing pancreatitis just from the sight of this beer that's 98% head. It's a typical English beer that's 98 to 99% head, and my pancreas is coming through my throat.
98% head, also 98 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Well, that's just, it's
like
honest,
a good English lager.
You're not paying for bubbles. You're not paying for any of that stuff. You're paying for pure beer. And right now, that's what we need. I think it's obvious. I think it's, the forces of capital. That's who has always been fighting against Boris his entire career. Will never forgive him for getting Brexit done.
Nope.
Never.
Nope. No, and look, and in just a little bit, I'm going to be talking to journalist Ollie Vargas, who covers Latin America, and we had him on not too long ago to talk about the coup in Bolivia, talk about the sort of changing tide in Latin America, but what's going on in England. Let's be very clear, this is a coup. This is a coup. Yeah. This is the forces of neoliberal capitalist hegemony are doing a color revolution against the government of Boris.
I mean, you do it a bit, but that is sort of true. The people leading this from within the party are all part of some weird, right wing, the sort of deep state apparatus deal. But it's not because Boris is a threat to capital. It's just because he's a big bungling oaf, and they want to get rid of him because he's trying to do it his own way. And at a certain point, they have to assert institutional values.
Matt, I mean, we were just observing last night. I really thought Boris was gonna. I thought Boris was gonna take it home because I was
rooting for him. I was
rooting for it.
Me too.
I mean, to have 60 ministers resign, and then just be like, "Nah, I'm putting all nonces. It's the nonce shield wall." Chris Pincher, the guy's
name was Chris Pincher.
Chris Pincher, the guy who was groping young men. His name was Chris Pincher.
Yeah. So Boris's whip was Keller from Oz. She knowingly picked him to do that. I thought he was gonna hold it out. I really did. I thought I was watching the end of the first Matrix movie. I was like, oh my god, he sees the ones and zeros. He's blocking Michael Gove. He's not letting him to be level up.
Yeah, boom, Gove, boom.
It's true. People talk about how Trump tried to do a coup, and he did the least effort he could. He didn't do everything he could. He had some psychos in his ear after Bob Barr said there was no evidence of large-scale fraud, saying, fuck him, put me in there, coach. I'll be AG. I'll say there was fraud. We'll fucking get into those alternate electors. And the thing that stopped him was all the high-level DOJ people said, I'm going to quit, and you're going to look bad. And that little fat bitch folded like a deck chair immediately. The alpha Trump mega lion. Oh no, they'll think I'll look bad if everyone quits. Never mind. I'll just leave. Meanwhile, Boris is like, hey bitch, you can't quit if I fire your ass. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think,
And he was able to he actually confronted the last line of defense of institutional prerogative against an individual executive, which is mass resignations. That's the one thing they have in their pocket. And he just fucking called their bluff. And it was honestly kind of breathtaking. But at the end of the day, he just didn't have it.
Well, they probably I don't think it was the ministers. I think that's a smokescreen. He didn't care about losing any of those people. What does Boris care about the most? He cares about having children out of wedlock while married to another woman. And they were probably Boris, you do work tirelessly for the United Kingdom, for Brexit, and for the Commonwealth, and for the Queen. But you're still a man, and you have to sleep. And the next time you go to sleep, MI6 is going to give you a vasectomy. And they threaten to take what matters to him the most, which is getting like sort of like weird like J.C. Penney manager looking women pregnant every 2 years.
And having as many kids as possible, and then showing dominance to those children by tackling them on the football pitch.
Yes,
that's our Boris. That's our Boris.
He's literally repopulating England. And they'll never forgive him for that. They'll never forgive him for any of the good things he did. All of them.
Okay.
I think 70 million Britons would have died of COVID if it was anyone but Boris.
It's true. He protected them.
Yes.
Debonged Big Ben for Brexit.
Yeah. Can you imagine COVID without Brexit? Can you imagine that?
Oh my God! All those sex arses coming in from Calais, coded in COVID.
Yeah. Well, like the passports would be the wrong color.
That lowers if you don't have the blue passport, it lowers your immune system by up to 50%. That's science.
Yeah.
Another thing they won't forgive him for, and this is a testament to his leadership. What was he doing? And really, to my understanding, and like I'm being serious right now, to my understanding, basically what undid his prime ministership was having a good time, having a party with his friends. Just like what? Oh,
Pincher and Muncher.
That's leadership. Muncher, Pincher, Ped, Defile, all of them. Look, if you can't have a party, if you can't have a proper drinks do with your mates, a right boozer, and number 10 during COVID lockdown, I mean that is what did him in, right? I mean, like that was the
well. No, all this. He was actually the reason he tried to ride this out is because this exploded a few months ago, and everyone was like, Boris has to resign. And then he had the genius realization, oh yeah, I actually don't. There's nothing requiring me to. I could just hang around and people will find something else to care about. And he was right. But then Pincher is the last straw. If he could have avoided a Pincher.
Was that really the last straw?
Yes, Pincher was the last straw.
This guy
which I honestly think that means it was probably a fucking stitch up from inside the party, because that got out due to people he was close to 100%.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing a political party cannot withstand in England, it's having many of its high-ranking members associated with non-parade.
There's nothing the Tory party doesn't know how to keep it quiet when their fucking high-ranking members are molesting people.
Well, I think that's what got...
this guy... of course the press found out about this. How are you supposed to stop something like that from coming out? Yeah, well, they put it out there because they wanted to get rid of Boris.
I think what did him in with Chris Pincer is that it was adults he was groping.
Yeah, yes. that's very abnormal and freakish for the British. Be attracted to anyone over the age of majority. No, thank you. Get out of here, you freak.
Well, I mean, like, what about... Okay, I mean, there's a situation, and I saw people speculating about this, that if Boris didn't resign, it could have activated the Queen.
They might have had to activate the Queen.
Because, it hasn't happened in a long time. What if the Queen got activated? What if she was activated? I mean, maybe that's why they got rid of her. That's why they got rid of him. It's because he would have activated the Queen. And by activated the Queen, I mean, busted her down. Busted her out with a big blonde head. He would have had the next...
Prime Minister Boris Johnson has somehow impregnated Queen Elizabeth II.
Yes. The strength of his seed is such that he would bust her down, 92 years old. She would immediately be pregnant with the new Lion of England. They would immediately displace William, Harry, Charles, all that. They would have been gotten out, just thrown to the wayside. It's the Boris would sire a new royal line.
It would be a Becca Butcher situation where they'd finally be like, oh, she actually died for some reason. And they're giving her witness protection like Vought does in The Boys, but it's like in her native Germany. And she's raising like a super kid, like a Ryan, like Homelander's Ryan. It's like a little Boris who also has Boris's superpowers, which is getting every woman pregnant. But he would have ascended the king then, and I mean, God only knows where he goes from here. I mean, Boris was born in America.
It's true.
Okay,
he's an American Turk. Two of the most powerful fucking types of people to be. He's both of them.
Now there is a problem. He did renounce his citizenship to avoid paying taxes, but we could probably get that back for him.
We can fix that, no question.
No, dude, I'm putting on a GoFundMe right now Bring back Boris's U.S. citizenship.
He's a born citizen. He could become president.
We need to give him asylum in America. We need to grant him political asylum.
Well,
because I don't think he's not safe in England right now.
He's not. He's surrounded by it's an op party. Let's face it. He cannot even trust Larry, the chief mouser of Number 10. I hope he kills that awful cat, lazy cat.
Compromised to a permanent end.
Yeah, the Michael Gove of cats. But if we make him president, people were pretty happy. Okay, when East Germany and West Germany reunited.
Yeah.
What if we get the band back together?
Oh my God!
With Boris
yes.
as the head.
Oh man, America.
It actually
join
does
the
make
Commonwealth.
sense. Like, if the U.S. is committed to confrontation with China, as they clearly are, then we're gonna need a bigger boat. We're not gonna be able to allow this informal alliance bullshit to do the job. We're gonna have to get back into like an actual transatlantic formal alliance where we subsume all of our political systems into one giant Anglo-American Borg to make a final desperate nihilistic death drive for the reins of power before we're annihilated.
How funny would that be if like at a time when like Barbados or like Jamaica are leaving the Commonwealth, they're taking the clean off the money, that like Joe Biden comes out tomorrow and says America is joining the Commonwealth.
See, that's the problem. The big problem we have is the obstacle we have is fucking Irish Joe Biden with his plastic daddy grievance.
Yeah,
you would never.
That's how you know that an American Irish person is fake, when they like really hate England. It's like, really, you're pissed at England because they drove your family out of County Mayo in 1848, and then you got to have your dad come to America and like immediately become a cop, and then by the time you showed up, your family owned like 15 car dealerships in 3 states, and you're fucking pissed at the British.
I'm imagining though, if Biden joined the Commonwealth, like all our money would have the Queen on it. And then, like, you could put stickers on dollar bills of Joe Brandon pointing at the Queen, going, "I did that. I did that." The other thing I've been laughing about for about a day, shout out Libby Watson, who is now a citizen of America, but it just shows how quickly you lose track of how just what the fuck is going on in the UK, because she was unaware of the fact that it was like Michael Gove sacked, and his job title was Secretary of Leveling Up. And I swear to God,
what the fuck? I heard that and I was like, okay.
I don't want to find out what that means. Like, nobody explained what that means to me, just because the idea of a secretary of leveling up is so funny to me. He's just
they use the evolution stone from Pokemon on chavs to turn them into middle class people.
That's called the property ladder.
Yeah. You know what my favorite thing that Boris was doing in his last week? His last week before resigning. We have plenty of weeks of Boris, though there'll be twinge of sadness over them. It was like every time that people were yelling at him the most, he'd be like, "Oh, I was actually just talking to Zelensky." Like Zelensky's like his fall safe, where it's like he's like on tape being like, "The pedophiles love me," and people are like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And he goes, I just talked to Zelensky, and it's really bad over there."
And it's funny because practically what talking to Zelensky meant was basically undermining any effort by the Ukrainian government to negotiate any kind of end to this horrible war with Russia.
Yeah.
Boris just hops on the phone and he's like, "All right, lads, we got to keep up the good fight. Spirit of Dunkirk, mates."
Yeah.
And they're like, also, "Oh, yeah, we're cutting you off if you talk to the Russian government even one time more again." Like, it just, if you even pick up a phone call to, like, I don't know, like bring any kind of negotiated settlement to the end of this horrific violence, then yeah, you're officially getting cut off.
Also, none of you can come here. Fuck you.
No, yep. Stay over there.
Too weird.
Our Boris.
This is sad, man. I'll miss him a lot. I really will.
Everything's fucked. Everything's fucked and sucks shit. It's fucking hell world out there.
Yo, old heads are gonna say this is nothing like Tupac. Bro, we were around for Tupac. This is exactly what it was like when Tupac died.
The only thing they could do to fix this is to bring in Michael Fabricant to be the PM. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he looks like a Pokemon devolution of Boris Johnson. You should look him,
Okay, I'm
pull him
gonna
up.
Google it.
Okay.
It's uncanny that there is another British Tory in the Parliament with his
Oh, what the
exact
fuck?
asshole
Yeah,
haircut.
yeah.
Only
What
he's
the
like somehow sort of a
Wait, this is
shriveled
a-
Hobbit version of him.
Is this
Well, he
a
has
wig?
weave. He has a weave.
Is this a weave? Yeah. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
It might be, but he commits to it. It's on his head every goddamn day.
Okay, maybe next prime minister, that absolutely enormous Gormo who Queen Elizabeth hangs out with.
Yeah, that guy's
Like-
good. I don't know. I guess. I mean, like, who gives a shit? Like, just break the whole thing up after Boris. But
I think they might be, honestly.
Yeah, that might be what's coming.
Looking at those Sinn Féin poll numbers in the Republic, and my fucking pineal gland is vibrating over here.
Any David Davis fans out there? David Davis is like, I don't know who I would equate him. I guess he gives me like a Lincoln Chafee vibe just looking at him. But he was like an SAS guy.
Okay.
I don't know. There's really no one on the bench. Everything's fucked.
Jacob
like we
Rees
said.
Mogg. Jacob Rees Moog. Remember that guy? You know.
Oh yeah, that guy's
The guy
awesome.
with the nanny. The guy with the nanny.
The 17 kids, and they're all named after popes, like Sixtus and shit. Innocent.
Yeah.
Wait, a Catholic prime minister? I don't know about that.
It's
I don't know
actually,
about
I think it might still technically be illegal. They might, if they changed it, it's like within the last decade. But it was like legally, Catholics were legally prohibited from getting the crown, which they still are, but also from being prime minister.
You know, and like I think it feels like there's a lot of old heads out there right now saying, "Oh, like Boris is nothing like John Major, or you can't compare Boris Johnson and John Major." Shut the fuck up, old head.
Yeah.
You stop. You just stop caring about new shit in the fucking 80s.
Yo, you know what's fucking
John
disgusting?
Major, he was like he was a prime minister, and he was like, boom, bap, we do the clap. Like that shit sucks. That shit sucks.
Yo,
Boris Johnson, like, oh, he's not lyrical. It shit doesn't matter. He's originating new shit.
what was dope about John Major, whether you like his music or not, is he felt everything. That's exactly why the kids today resonate with Boris. That's exactly it. And you know what's fucking disgusting? You know what I can't fucking stand? When the fucking media goes up to Chris Pitcher and goes, accused molester of men, Chris Pitcher. It's so fucking wrong to boil someone down to the worst thing they ever did. Would they say that about a guy who succeeded in the business world? I don't think so.
It's so fucked up. I hate everything.
Yeah. Where's our guitar slave to sing God Save the Queen? The guy we found in LA who plays acoustic guitar.
He's our friend. He's our friend who's going to do some dope shit.
Yeah.
This one's for Boris. Play us out.
Yo. God Save the Queen. How would Lil Xan sing it?
Gotta say the Queen, y'all. The
Oh my
fascist
God.
regime. There ain't no future, and England's dreaming. What? That's my impression of Lil
I'm an
Xan.
anarchist.
Xanarchy in the UK.
We should, if we all like live in the same place again, we should recreate the Mom's Basement set, and like that's where we should record.
But call it Boris's basement.
Yeah, we like make it
No, we
slightly
call
British.
Boris's
and call it
Boozer.
Boris's Basement. Yeah,
Boris's boozer.
yeah, and we can. Well, you guys could drink like the warmest beer ever.
I'll just be drinking piss. I'll be drinking my.
Yeah.
I'll be retaining semen and drinking my own piss.
Maybe they'll invent the new pancreas by that time, and I can finally have a nice like sub-boiling British beer.
Just
nice.
a low simmer. A low simmer.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nice.
So in his farewell speech today, Buck Broken Boris finished his words by saying, "I'm very sad to give up the best job in the world, but them's the breaks."
These are the breaks.
Ooh. Okay.
What class? What
Yeah,
song
class
Freud?
act.
What a stiff upper lip. How could you not respect this man eternally?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I, once again, I'm at a loss for words. I have nothing else to say that hasn't been said a million times before. All I'll say is fuck the world. I feel like shit. Just back Boris. Back Boris.
Yeah.
Back Boris.
Back Boris.
Anywhere we could find him. He could New York City Council. I don't know.
We like.
Mayor of Denver. We got to find something for him.
Yeah. It just. You know what? It really is like hard to do this show sometimes. Not in the past 2 weeks. There's been no news event that like really depressed me for anything. Not really like this year at all, frankly. Nothing that really like depressed me or anything. But days like this, it's so. This is the saddest news story of the year, I would say.
Yeah. How are you supposed to live knowing that a big, beautiful boy like Boris can't be allowed to just, put his thing down and vibe without this army of just little assholes, these small-minded nabobs undermining him at every point until he can't defeat them anymore.
The nattering nonsense of negativity.
Yeah,
it's sad.
I mean,
we'll
like,
all
what can I
float
say?
on.
Yeah. I would like to say, keep retaining your semen unless you're Boris Johnson. Spread it as far as possible. We need a new lineage. We need a new bloodline.
Yeah. It's like we always say, pints in, COVID sorted, happy days. We hope that one day again, we will have happy days in this great United Kingdom. By United Kingdom, we mean the merger of America and the UK and New Zealand. We're getting that woman out of there.
And Canada.
Gone. Yeah.
Canada.
Justine Trudeau is gone.
Gone. All of that. Australia coming back. Who's the prime minister that got rid of in 1975? Go something.
Goj Whitlam. Yeah.
On
behalf of us, they did a coup. Yeah.
They don't have sovereignty already.
No, it's a joke.
Let's just formalize this thing.
It's wild. So that happened. Like Australia. So one of the reasons that these countries allow the Queen to be their technical head of state is that it's supposed to be ceremonial, right? They've got the Governor General who hangs around the capital, but they don't really have any say in government. But then in the 70s, they had this relatively, for Australian standards, left-wing prime minister, and then they just have the CIA says no, and then the Governor General's like, yeah, no, he's not prime minister anymore, and just letting everybody know, oh yeah, if we want to, we can crack the whip on you and make your entire democracy fake. And then 10 years later, they had a fucking referendum. Hey, do we get rid of the monarchy? And they were like, nah, let's keep it. We love it. We love the Queen's. We love her stern embrace. We love being chained up like dogs to her.
I think the Senate parliamentarian should really look into this, and tomorrow and just come out and said, I've looked at the rules, everybody, and Boris Johnson is now king of America.
Yep.
I'm sorry, those are the rules. We have to follow them.
It's a clear interpretation of the takings clause.
It's me, the Senate parliamentarian, declaring Boris Johnson king of America.
Yep.
It's in the Constitution. It's just simply these are the rules we have. We have to follow them. So I mean that's the way out. That's the way out. But will anyone be brave enough to do it? That's the only question I have. And I got nothing else to say. Just fuck the world, back Boris. That's what I'm about now.
The old world is struggling to be dead. The new world's struggling to be itself. And now we live in a time without Boris.